I really appreciate you mentioning that, man. That's nice of you. Thank you.
No, awesome. I mean, and I appreciate you taking the time for this interview. And me personally, I'll definitely see you at those two conventions because Damage 365 Radio has a table at all the conventions. I'll be touring with Pitbull Gary and Axel Rotten.
Okay, well, hey, man, give me a shout. I'll come over and holler at you for a few minutes on the radio. No problem.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we can get on the same side of the room. You know.
There you go, and then too, we get. You know, I don't drink anymore, but I'll drink ice water. We'll have a cold beer afterward.
Yeah, I don't drink either, so it'll be like a Diet Coke on the rocks.
I gave it up, man. I'm looking for the long one now. But it sounds like we're going to line this up, right? Is that what you want to do, or you want to keep going? I'm good either way.
I think we're going to cut this in. We're going to cut this interview. We're going to cut this interview short. I'll say, you know, without hanging up, I'm going to say, you know, thank you to Big Van Vader for this interview, and again, check him out. Those three shows. And any last things you'd like to say?
But I apologize. Let me before you close out, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me do this, and please indulge. I'm grateful for this time to speak with you guys. And man, I tell you what, check out the celebvm.com, wrestlingvideomessages.com. It really is fun. And you know what? For $25, it's a heck of a concept, and it's a lot of fun. And you could surprise somebody. You could buy one for your mother and father, your sister and brother, a friend, birthday, an anniversary, and it really is a unique, fun, fair way to say hello and let someone know you're thinking about them. And like I said, I wish I had some stock in this company because it's crazy. But brother, I'm grateful. I really am for the time. Hey man, from the power of the Rocky Mountains, it's Big Van Vader time. It's time.
All right, Vader. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Legends of the Ring.
Hey man, take care.
All right, take care. Be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Big Van Vader. We'd like to thank him for coming on the show, and I'd like to thank Eric Sims of ESS Promotions, the man who has no BS in ESS. Check him out on Facebook, ESS Promotions. Eric Sims helping us out with this interview. Take care, everybody.
This is the last pure athlete, Jordan Grace, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
This is the hardcore icon, Just Incredible, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Now that's not just the coolest, that's not just the best. Damage 365 Radio, now that's just incredible.
Wrestling Superstores, selling wrestling memorabilia from all around the world, including WWE, TNA, Japan, Mexico, and the very best of the independents. They've got action figures, DVDs, autographed memorabilia, t-shirts, and more. Plus, stop in and get tickets for great promotions like UWA Elite, CZW, and many others. Located indoors at the world-famous English Town Flea Market, Green Building, booth number 35 on 90 Wilson Avenue, Manalapan Township, New Jersey. Open every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Log on to Facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc. for more information.
Join Brandon Lewis and Christopher Scythe Bracey every Tuesday night on YouTube.com/2KW at 8:30 p.m. as they bring you the matches and moments that make 2KW Pro the heart of New York City. 2KW Pro, Your company, your wrestling.
This is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and you're listening to Damaged Radio 365. Yeah, baby!
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
This is Saraya Knight, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio. You want to play with me, boy?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, I want to welcome our sponsors real quick, since we had a long off-the-air period. Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, the Englishtown Flea Market, Blue Building, moves 46 through 48. Check them out every weekend from 8 to 3. Tell them that we sent you. Esposito's Pizza and Pasta of Manasquan and Matawan, New Jersey. Check them out, sesameseedpizza.com for information, individual store hours, and specials. WarriorsOfWrestling.com and 2K Pro Wrestling out of Brooklyn, New York. And at this time, I'd like to welcome in someone that we, done a lot of work with, done a lot of work next to, and shared a lot of good times. RDP's Richie DeGreg. We were all familiar with Richie. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on. Appreciate it.
We were talking a little bit earlier about Big Event number 11 last weekend, and just a very successful convention. A lot of big names. Bruno's last signing. A very, very good turnout by the crowd, and then of course we had to deal with the possibility of snow and sleet and all that crappy weather as we continued our weekend late at night at Warriors, and then the next day in Allentown where we got to see that fresh, nice bed of snow on the way up to the mountain region.
Yeah, I would say so. We passed those. There's a little light coating.
Yeah.
But I've heard there was some places in PA that got like 7 or 8 inches of snow.
Yeah. And we got to give kudos to the Allentown crowd. We don't like to assume everybody drives, so however they got there, we want to thank them for the very, very good turnout at Merchant Square Mall.
Absolutely. That was tremendous turnout, and tremendous turnout all over, especially with Big Event.
Yep.
And Warriors of Wrestling.
Yep.
And then, of course, Allentown, PA, that had a phenomenal turnout. And I appreciate all the fans coming out to see Jake the Snake Roberts, and Jonathan Coachman this past weekend. We greatly appreciate your tremendous support and makes us allow us to do bigger and better things going forward.
And for people who don't know, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that, they don't get the credit they deserve. I have my staff that I bring every show. Amy and Jen, JT, Nick, they do a lot of work for me at the tables, whether it's collecting money or just organizing everything. But Bud Carson and Tim over there at Merchant Square Mall at Pro Wrestling World, they do a lot of work to put these together, setting up the tables, tablecloths, setting up the rooms, getting the fans to organize themselves while waiting for us to come in with the talent. So we want to give a shout out to, of course, Pro Wrestling World's Bud and Tim.
Absolutely, because they really work very hard. And not only that, not only do they work hard on setting everything up, they promote these events very, very hard.
Yes.
They promote as if they were promoting as this was their own event.
Exactly.
They want the shop to do very well, and they want all of us to do very well. And I think there's no doubt in my mind that everybody that went to Bud's store, with the exception of one person that I'm not going to name nameless right now, but in a few minutes I'll get to that. And I think everybody there made money.
Yeah, as long as you bring people and not rodents to the show, you usually will do well. I'm just happy that the rodent didn't leave any little pellets behind them as they were signing autographs. So.
Well, the rodent didn't try to drop his droplings on me right before we left at the mall there on Sunday, but I wasn't hearing any of it. And just so everybody knows, as we talk about, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that people don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just say that that weekend for me would have never happened if it was for not this particular one person who made my life miserable. I nearly got banned from Big Event.
Yeah, which I think that was kind of silly in itself, but
it was. But here's the part of that I don't understand. I don't understand. He knew that I had a certain talent that I was bringing to the show, and then I had everything worked out between the wrestling show that he was supposed to be working for, and my with the expenses. That was all worked out between the agent and myself.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, and what had happened was this guy thinks like he comes up the back door and tries to steal money from all of us, and we all get to pay the freight, and he doesn't end up paying nothing. That's not right either.
So basically, he tried to he
basically what he did was
he tried to Plesky you.
He definitely tried to pull an Eric Pleska. He definitely tried to pull an Eric Pleska, and if people don't know who I'm talking about Eric Sims, ESS Promotions, who used to be considered an ally, a friend, but no more. I am no longer working with him or not associated with him under any circumstances. Just so everybody knows that.
Okay. You might as well just you already got the cat halfway out of the bag. You might as well let it all out.
The talent we're all talking about is Adam Rose.
Right.
Adam Rose did, as everybody knows, that people have asked me, Adam Rose did not make the convention this weekend. But I had to get back from the beginning. I had Adam Rose booked, and then he was supposed to work for another indie promotion in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, for Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling.
Right.
We had worked out where we split all the expenses, and whatever and whatnot, and then ESS came behind everybody's back and booked Adam Rose for Bud Store for the next day. And the rule is, if any talent that shows to the big event with another promoter ends up working with Eric at all during the weekend, and that talent and the promoter is banned from the convention.
I mean, to me, that's a totally different thing. Obviously, Big Event has their issues with Eric Sims for whatever reason, financial or otherwise. My whole take on that is if I work with let's say Bob Orton, and I bring Bob Orton to Big Event on Saturday, and Sims decides he's going to bring Bob Orton to Pro Wrestling World on Sunday. One has nothing to do with the other. One promoter has nothing to do with the other. One venue has nothing to do with the other. I should not be banned from Big Event because I'm bringing in a guy that Eric happens to be bringing in at another venue. Whether, has the money, it's not like Big Event's going to lose money because Bob Orton's going somewhere else on a Sunday.
Yeah.
To me, that makes no sense. I think too many chains are being pulled here.
Well, in all honesty, in my opinion, they don't want him working at all the entire weekend.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't. Look, this is everybody's business. Everybody has their own business. Everybody has their own agenda. Whether it's done fair or not is totally up to that person who's running that business. But you can't dictate where somebody has a chance to make money and say, you know what, this is we're having a big event this weekend, so Eric Sims is not allowed to make money anytime between Friday and Sunday anywhere in the tri-state area. To me, that's silly. I mean, come on. To me, that's being a dictator. Everybody wants to bitch and cry about Donald Trump becoming president and how he's he's going to be a dictator and this and that. You're doing no different by saying that. Look, if you don't want him to be part of your convention, fine. That's fine. If you don't want him to partner up with anybody that happens